But because the wave is here, and the wave is here, it's instant knowledge for them that, oh, something fishy is happening. They must be rushing. Because they see the creeps. Like, these are places on the map that you're supposed to be always showing at, right? Like, you're trying to control them. But you're not, like, in a position where you're controlling them. That means, you know, you're probably rushing. So that's why they ult you here and they know what's happening, right? And then your lion dies. And I guess like some bad things about to go down here. Yeah, at least you get your BKB off. And you turn around, you fight, you drop a nice ulti. But the torrent comes out, Pudge is dead. It's very good. Oof. Oof, yeah, that's bad. If you like our content, please do like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click the notification button below so you will be notified when a new video will be released. Could you tell me why we were winning, but then they turned it, but then we won? Sure, I can definitely talk about that and watch this game and see how we can improve things as well. So this is a replay of Snowwi. He has hired us to watch his game. So we're going to take a look at the things that he does. He's an Archon 5 player playing Monkey King in this game. So start this game, you're playing Monkey King. You got way too much region, by the way. This is way too much region. You don't need this much region. You know why? Because everybody has a personal courier, right? Oh, I love how like you put the courier outside the base to bring it faster. So at the start of the game, you can even start with just 1 tangles and you can have more stats instead. So you can have like a circlet here, and then you can have like a slipper or whatever. It's just a lot better for you to just focus on having more stats so you have more last hit potential. Even a Fairy Fire is good. I see Miracle by Fairy Fire on his carries, right? But then what you do is like with your first courier usage, you can bring out like more tangles instead. So for your first creep wave, you can get more denies and more last hits if you have more damage. But if you have more region like this, it's like not really necessary, right? And how you can avoid like losing HP on the bounty rune is you can always tell your support to go to the top bounty. And you guys can have 3 heroes top bounty, and you can get this bounty and this bounty, and then you just give bottom bounty, right? Then you don't lose any HP either as a carry, and that creates a more stable game if you want to like do something like that. But it's just so unnecessary to have this much region at the start of the game. So they actually pull the creeps. Your clockwork helps you. Okay, all right. Just gonna watch your laning a little bit, see how it is. You pull the creeps, you got the deny on the range. That's really nice. That's you guys got first blood even. That's very nice too. And this creep runs away. So here, like one small thing, like I don't want to go into too much detail. You can always pull aggro on these creeps so they follow you, and then you can go and last hit this creep, and then these creeps will be down here. Right, and your creeps will also follow these 2 creeps, and that way you're gonna pull the creep wave down here where the enemy feels a lot less comfortable last hitting creeps and such. So you can always do something like that too. So Avenge is back bottom, deny, great. We're very focused on pulling creeps and denying. There's too much pausing in this game. That's very nice. You always help your clock when he goes on them, but you're still focused on getting your last hits and such. And this time around, they go on you. You should definitely try to use this spell to try and like mitigate some damage. It's so big actually. Like if you can dodge their stun damage or something, it's just 20-second cooldown, right? It doesn't cost any mana, so it's really good. And here's like where you want to tell your support like, hey man, go pull bro, you're just standing here beside me doing nothing. But you actually get hooked there. All good. It happens sometimes in these lanes. But then if he was pulling here and you played like in a bit more of a position where you know where the Pudge is gonna hook from, like you can get so much more XP and you can just kill these guys later. Instead, like you and Clockwork are like sharing XP all the time because this Clockwork is just not pulling at all. He's just not pulling whatsoever. He's just like sitting here leeching your experience. It doesn't feel that good when he does that. So you can always like help your support, tell him like, hey, guy, go pull, bruh. You guys are fighters, man. You guys got so many kills in this bottom lane. Most of them are going to your clock though, unfortunately. And one thing you can do, because you start with Quelling Blade early game, right? you can actually cut these 2 trees for your support, so you can pull the creep wave down here. So when he wants to pull, you can just push the wave out up to here, so then your support can pull down this way, and then a lot of the creeps can get denied by the enemy, and then you can just farm your wave under your tower, or you can go contest this with your Boundless strike. So that's more gold for you, right? That's gonna be more gold for you in the end, and more XP as well. And you're going for phase boost first item. It's really, really good. You can also go for power treads, but you know, it's really a preference thing, I think. But phase boost is actually great, especially in a lane like this where you're getting a lot of kills because you have a clockwork who's extremely active. Oh, nice stun. You heal so much there. That's really good. So I think your playstyle is like maxing these skills, but honestly, I want to tell you, like, when you play monkey, most monkeys, professional monkeys, they always start leveling up tree dance after they get like 2 points in Jingu, maybe 2 points in Boundless strike. Then you just start maxing tree dance, because this spell is your farming tool, right? So you can always like hide, farm with this, jump out. You know, you're very elusive when you feel danger, and then this allows you to just farm so fast, right? Like, killing in lane is really nice, but most of the time, like, you can't always rely on kills to net you farm. It's like Luna, right? Skilling up your Moonglaves. This build is like really committing into fighting the enemy. But what if the enemy just doesn't want to fight you, right? You just want to farm faster. And that's where like skilling up tree dance is like really good. So having 2 points in Jingu, 2 points in Boundless strike normally is enough to be able to man fight opponents. And then after that, like, maxing out tree dance can give you like this 350 damage nuke that can push lanes extremely fast or kill jungle creeps extremely fast. You can see here, like, you're not actually using any of your mana because you don't have any skills that like require that, right? So it's like I wouldn't say advanced monkey gameplay, but it's a monkey gameplay that will allow you to farm more for sure. So what happens is, like, you skill up tree dance and you like push the lane out, then you go into a jungle and start farming even faster. So I like you do skill up tree dance here, that's good. And you just farm in the jungles after you push the lane out. It gets more dangerous here, so you don't go there and you farm. This is great. Like, you farm pretty fast, honestly. Like, your last hitting is good, right? And you know when to fight the opponent and how to help your support, which is great. You can have more experience if you ask your support to pull when you feel like you can, you know, lane properly on your own anyway. And also, you would just be able to farm faster in the mid game if you had like tree dance, obviously leveled up, like there, for example, right? If you had like 2 more levels in tree dance, like, these skills have only netted you like 1 kill essentially from the time that you really leveled it up, right? That's like a bit that probably. Oh, okay, what the heck? Dusa bottom, Dusa counter ganking. Holy shit. Only in this bracket will you see a Dusa counter ganking. Man, let me go back and watch that one more time. That looked pretty nice. Mischief. Yeah, you want to practice that. Mischiefing, like, for example, bench stuns, because that's a 360 damage spell that you can like mischief because it's like slow projectile, right? I like how you dropped your ulti because you X mark you to make sure that they don't want to run in. You already got Jingu, you're baiting, and then once your allies are there, that's the time you turn around and fight. That's really good sense of like how to fight and stuff. It's very nice. You TP mid lane because you notice that there's a lot of creeps there. So one thing about this is, like, you didn't need to leave bottom because the enemy isn't pressuring you in your bracket. So you just kept staying bottom and farming the 2 camps here and the wave. That's good, actually. Obviously, in higher level gameplay, most of the time people start running bottom against you as a monkey and they want to kill you and stuff. And that's normally the reason why people start leveling up Primal Spring, so they can push the waves out faster, so they don't like get caught by the enemy's ganks and movements. And a lot of games, like, monkeys will already TP top and like try to farm here behind this tower, kill the waves, and then they will like pressure the tower with the creeps that come in, right? That's what a lot of monkey players do as well. But whatever you did up until now is fine. I would like it if you went actually top now and like you started farming there instead of letting your Nyx farm here, because if you farm top, then that means you can easily take this tower. And if the enemy come to gank you top, like, you have so many exit paths, right, in the top lane. You can exit like this, you can exit like this, you can jump into like 5, 6, 7 different trees. But when you're in middle, like, you can push out mid, you can farm these two camps, but obviously I think Medusa would rather do that, right? Medusa is actually like kind of your carry in this game, right? And she wants to be able to be here. And if you're top, you can apply so much more pressure and you can actually take the tower. So 15 minutes of catapult this here, and he got pretty wasted. Wasn't really able to, like, you know, do anything with that. I like your ult to just protect your team, back off. Good. Oh, just turn around and fight because your Clock and Lion are here. That's pretty nice. Jump in. Good fight. You're going for the Black King bar next item. It's also really good this game because they have Apparition and Kunkka and stuff, and you don't want to get X marked and die, right? Buying BKB in your bracket. That is smart moves, sir. Smart moves. Now you TP top, which is very nice. And you see Medusa is actually farming around bottom lane. Catch someone, nice. And you guys are doing very good at this point. And you're just like some freaking gank train right here, going one by one, killing people. Oh, here's where things seem to be hitting the fan, huh? Let's go back and wash out one more time. This guy goes in, you kill the Pudge, you kill the Venge, right? And here, right? Right here, you guys get torrented. So here you need to judge, like, are we fighting or are we backing, right? Your teammate is dead, Clock is dead, Lion is dead. Actually, you couldn't really stop it because he has Halberd and you got a first killed. Like, honestly, this play in the end is kind of whatever. You can't do anything to stop this because somebody already initiated the fight here, the Clockwork, and you guys being good teammates went in for the fight, and you guys just died because there's no vision on this map. Look at this map, it's freaking black. There's like one ward in this lane bottom, and wards are free. So your teammates didn't even buy wards and like plant it, right? Maybe if you guys saw Kunkka and Venge here because there was a ward here, you wouldn't start this fight. But now you got a BKB at least. But obviously, like, I guess that's a problem in your bracket, is like people don't even buy wards even though they're just free to buy. Like, anybody can buy them. So it would be nice, I guess, if you like maybe ask your teammate, hey guys, can you plant some vision? Or you can just buy it yourself. They're just free, right? And wherever you go to farm, you can just drop a ward. You want to be next level, you know. Alright, so you revive, then you farm out some camps here. You see a Clockwork. You're really going for the kills, huh? You have a BKB, so you kind of don't feel that afraid. Ooh! Stun dodge. For the position 5 though, that's okay. It's not terrible. And this is the problem, right? I feel like this is a problem in a lot of like lower MMR games. People just go middle always. They don't realize that you need to be like, there's more than just the mid lane sometimes. Like if I look right now on this minimap, like there's no side lanes being pushed, right? This wave is like all the way here. It's about to take a tier 1 tower on its own. Bottom lane, there's no pressure. There's nobody here. So honestly, when you play Monkey, one really good thing, especially in the mid game, is like it's really nice when you push this top lane all the way out, up until this tower or whatever, the creep wave goes in the tower, and then you start jumping through the trees to like the mid lane to help your allies. Or you can just play between two lanes, right? Because this, not only does it give you a lot of free farm and farm for yourself, but it also allows you to connect with your allies very easily, right? Like your farming is great, what you're doing is great, but sometimes where you are on the map is a little bit more questionable. Like you got an insane amount of farm at this point in the game. And you see how like, because you kind of force your way into the mid lane, like you force yourself into fighting the opponent when you don't need to. There's so much to do on the map still, right? There's like all these creeps that could be pushed all the way here, and then your teammates could be around middle, and your teammates see that you're pushing top, they're not going to engage mid, right? Then if you see a good opportunity to jump middle towards your teammate, then your teammate can engage when you're on the way there, and then you can get a sick fight, right? So ideally in this situation, instead of drawing the line to go mid, you're top lane and you already pushed this creep wave back up here instead of letting this tier 1 tower die because you guys spent like 1 minute here and this creep wave just follow like that, right? So like try to push more side lanes out. Side lanes is so big. Side lanes is where like split push, or you can split push, but you can also stop your enemy from split pushing. And if you do those things, and if you look on the map and you see like, oh, hey guys, this lane's not pushed out, let me go do that. you're getting yourself farm, you're giving your teammates vision, because the creeps, you know, going into the enemy gives vision, and you're not dying because, you know, you're still farming in a very safe way. Because like if you force actions like super early in front of their tier 2s and stuff, it's really hard. Like Dota right now, it's really hard to like take towers unless you're snowballing super big time, you know. So here you want to make a play onto the draw. Great, you don't have ult, you popped your BKB. It's probably time to run away because you already killed the draw and you don't have any other allies quite yet. You do run away a little bit, that's very nice. Oh no, the A ulti comes out, which does a lot of damage to you, and you can't heal up with your Jingu. You drop an ultimate, but you end up dying. Think about A, you know, it's really scary, this skill. When you get blasted with this, you have to be extremely careful. And you guys are kind of just trading lives at this point, but it seems like in the last 4 minutes, you haven't really got any net worth, right? Because you died middle, then you died here. Not 4 minutes, maybe like 2.5, 3 minutes. But yeah, it's okay. You don't. I like how like even though you do that, you don't go into like some super defensive position, you know, and like just kind of AFK, which is okay. Like you don't really want to do that. So now you see another fight starting. You see an apparition. Good jump onto the A because he's actually a very important hero to kill. You pop BKB, drop your ulti. That's really nice. The enemy kind of run out of it. Your team didn't have any stuns for you, and then the Pudge ults you, and you live. That's what matters, right? You got the big balls plays. You're just like willing to go in for your team and tank and soak damage. It's like a sign of a good player, honestly. Knowing your limits. Then you go top, you push that out, catapult, Pudge comes out, you kill him, reset. Very good. See, you see here, like, waiting in front of towers like this feels really bad, right? Like, I'm sure it feels really bad waiting in front of towers like this. And the enemy can just, like, use some nukes and go out, and you guys don't even have vision of the enemy where they are. Like, ideally, these fights are really good if you have vision of them, you know? In the end, the Clockwork still gets a pretty decent jump. You guys kill Apparition first. Kunkka got swapped out, though, so only the 2 supports die right now. You get him in the end? Yep, you get him. That's really good. Yeah, it worked out, but most of the time, like, sitting like that doesn't feel good. Like, this is where a ward here would save you so much trouble and wipe out the enemy. Like most of the plays like that, when they happen and like you guys win the clash, it's more like a coin flip than anything else, because that could have gone really badly too. Guys go bottom, take the tower. That's pretty cool. Now you guys are up like 8k gold. Smoke up. Ooh, oh boy, took a little too much damage there, huh? Yeah, pushing high ground is a really difficult thing. Sitting in the outskirts of the fight, maybe looking to stun someone. He has a blade mail on so you don't stun him. Very good. And A ulti is coming, I think. Nope, I'm just gonna back off. So like there, you know, you don't have vision and you're kind of hitting the tower. It's very scary. You gotta let your Dusa get gone on instead. If your Dusa gets gone on, because she's your tank, right? Like you can get the counter initiation. If you didn't have like 20% HP, you would be able to just go into the fight, use your Wukongs to cover her, BKB, kill the enemy, right? In that position, it's much better. You just let your Dusa be the one that gets gone on, and you can just counter initiate as a monkey game. Paladin sword, you guys are playing for Roshan. So here, I don't like this, right? Like, I mean, you guys don't see them, they're smoke, they could be anywhere. Your lanes are being pushed into you, but you guys are doing Roshan. That means the enemy knows what's happening, because the lane, nobody's in the lanes, right? The best time to do Rosh is like you make sure this top lane gets pushed out at least up until here, and it's going to the enemy, and then you get your mid lane pushed out going into the enemy, and this will give you a good chance to do Roshan, because the enemy, it will take them at least 20 to 30 seconds before they realize that, hey guys, something fishy is happening. Someone's missing off the map. Where are they all, right? And then during that time, you should be Roshan. But because the wave is here, and the wave is here, it's instant knowledge for them that, oh, something fishy is happening. They must be rushing because they see the creeps. Like these are places on the map that you're supposed to be always showing at, right? Like you're trying to control them, but you're not like in a position where you're controlling them. That means, you know, you're probably rushing. So that's why they ult you here and they know what's happening, right? And then your lion dies. And I guess like some bad things about to go down here. Yeah, at least you get your BKB off. And you turn around, you fight, you drop a nice ulti. But the torrent comes out, Pudge is dead. It's very good. Oof. Oof, yeah, that's bad. So this fight was a 4 versus 5 fight, and because the lion died, and because you guys couldn't have anybody that can go on top of the Jaw Ranger, the fight was really, really bad, right? So, and this all started because of the Roshan. Like the waves was here and the waves was here, so the enemy had perfect angle to know where you are, and they went mid. Then they were going to a Roshan pit, and easy clash because they know exactly where you are. Knowledge is everything, like in terms of, or vision is everything. So they have the knowledge that you're here, and then it's like kind of having map hack, you know. Even though they don't have vision of you, they know where you are because they know what you're doing. And then they go Roshan, and they get Aegis now. That's a disaster, right? That's where things turn around, and that's all because when you guys want to rush, you guys never pushed out the lanes first, right? You want to rush, first thing, push out the lanes, then Roshan. Alright, your next item, so you got a Desolator this game. I like that. It's a lot of damage on the enemy too. Other items you could have gone for was like maybe Satanic, because you have more status resistance, and then the Apparition's ulti will last less time. And they also have so many stuns, right? But I guess the damage item first is really good too. Either way, it's okay. Like I was just thinking about like if there's a better item or something. So here you don't want to stand next to your carry, or your mid laner, that's for sure. Because then they can just stack all the, you know, spells and stuff on top of you. Oh, instantly BKB because you don't want to get stunned or something. That's good. You drop your ultimate, protect your teammates. Very confident place. I like it because even though they have an Aegis, right? And here the Kunkka is chasing you. You don't have BKB anymore, and you try to hit him, try to build up some Jingus, but he has evasion, 2 different evasions, and that's gonna be the end of your life there. And this Dusa dies. I'm kind of surprised that you guys do come back in this game, because after this position, after losing 2 fights like that, normally it's very, very difficult to come back. So let's see what cool things happen in this game that made you guys come back. So this is what you wanted to see, right? So now you guys smoke up, the lanes are pushed out a little bit, and you guys smoke all the way around, don't find anyone. Then the courier exposes where the enemy is, and now you guys know where they are. They're here, right? Because the courier exposed them. You guys run in, jump on the thing, jump on the trees here. Nope, didn't find anyone. And here the enemy, all 5 heroes being exposed by the clockwork. You provide a vision. Kunkka getting hexed up first. You drop an ulti right on top of this Kunkka. Great ult. This Kunkka is so screwed. And he just instantly dies. And they couldn't fight back because of the Dusa. But you died because of the Apparition ulti and the Pudge. And the Dusa dies too. Wow. You guys lost 3 fights in a row. Interesting. And it's really difficult situation for you guys to be in, because you're not Roshan, you don't have any more objectives to take. So in this kind of games, like I'm guessing you're thinking about who you need to jump and stuff, and right now you're just fighting the guys who are in front of you, which isn't bad, I guess. But when you play Monkey King, it's really good if you can like get a chance to jump their backline. Like if you can get a chance to jump on the Apparition or the Venge or the Draw or something in the backline, with let's say a Nyx Assassin, you two both together get them, it's really, really good. Because the Dusa is going to deal with the front line already, right? She's going to keep hitting the Kunkka and the Pudge and stuff like that. So here, okay, the enemy is the one engaging on you. And this time around, he even pops a BKB and goes on the Nyx here. No reveal though, yikes. Classic. Invisibility equals invincibility in this bracket. Ulti comes out, and this is the first fight that you didn't get Apparition ulted. So you feel really good and strong to take this clash. You drop your ulti, but they run out of it. You stun the Venge, or okay. Zhao's getting very low too. Zhao doesn't have Aegis anymore, and she's gonna die because this time you are really looking at them. So you see the difference in this fight. This fight, two things happened that allowed you to live and win the fight. One, you didn't get Apparition ulted, so you waited. The Apparition ulted, and then you went in. And two, you were looking at the Venge, the Zhao, and they died because you were like, you know, focusing them. These fights, you didn't focus Kunkka, you didn't focus the Pudge. That's very different, by the way. And that's what like helped you turn this game as well. Like, at least from your perspective, you know? Other things happened in that fight regarding the Pudge, the Kunkka, Dusa, whatever. Doesn't matter. What matters is like what you did and how that helped you take the better team fight, right? So here again, you go for the Zhao. You don't go for the Kunkka or anything like that. You see Zhao, she's out of position. Boom, instant stun, focus her. And good things happen when you are carry and you focus the squishy heroes first. And then the Kunkka is just left all on his own, right? Kill the Venge, great. They're dying one by one. And you got Abyssal now, really good item. GG. Just like that. One fight, and then you guys just take it. So when you're playing like carry and you're playing like Monkey King and stuff, you can like sit on trees and wait for the enemy supports to show themselves, and then you jump them. Because you don't have to start the fight right away with yourself, you know? Just because a fight starts, it doesn't mean you have to go in. You can be patient, you can let the fight develop. Then once the fight develops, then you jump in. And if you do that, you can have a more effective fight, and you can be more effective throughout the fight too. Because maybe your Clockwork goes in first, and this Apparition is throwing all his spells, you know? He's gonna throw Cold Feet, he's gonna throw Chilling Touch, and he's gonna throw Ice Blast on this Clockwork. And just because you waited for 5 seconds, the biggest skill that can kill you is gone. They already used it. And then the Apparition will also expose himself because he's gonna go there, Chilling Touch his clock. You're gonna see him, you're like, oh, hello, buddy. Jump on top of him, start hitting him with your Echo Saver, he's gonna die. Super fast. And then all of a sudden, the A was only able to cast like 4 skills in one fight. And that's good. But if, let's say, the Clockwork jumps in, and then you jump in with the Clockwork, in his cogs or whatever, then now this AA, no one can threaten him. He's just gonna throw all his spells, and they're gonna hit you as well. And you're gonna get Ice Blasted and whatever, and you're gonna feel sad about that. So, I mean, you play very well. Like, you farm good, right? You have good last inning skills for your bracket, and you are very aggressive, which is amazing, which is great to see, right? I really like that. And the thing that just needs to work is like how you vision team fights. You cast spells too. That's also good. You have all the qualities of a good player. All you have to do now is start thinking about like, how can I pressure the enemy, and when I need to jump into the fight, and who I need to kill. So if you think, hey, who's the most important person I need to jump, then your fights will become 10 times easier. And you can also, you know, tell that to your teammate what you're gonna do in a fight, so they also understand, and maybe they also start thinking about what they need to do in a fight. That was good. It was a good. I was pleasantly surprised at this bracket and how people played, honestly.